the enigmatic Tsar of Russia's dark legacy. In the annals of Russian history, few figures loom as large or as menacing as Ivan Vasilyevich, the first crowned Tsar of all Russia, better known to the world as Ivan the Terrible. Born on August 25, 1930, in the shadow of Moscow's Kremlin, Ivan's life was a tempest of brilliance, paranoia, and brutality that shaped the destiny of a nation. His reign, stretching from 1547 to 1584, was a paradox, a golden age of expansion and centralization intertwined with a descent into tyranny that left an indelible mark on Russia's soul. To understand Ivan is to peer into a mind as complex as the sprawling empire he ruled, a man who could be both a visionary reformer and a harbinger of terror. A childhood forged in chaos. Ivan's early years were anything but royal in the traditional sense. Orphaned at the age of 8 after the death of his mother, Elena Glinskaya, and the suspected poisoning of his father, Grand Prince Vasily III, young Ivan was thrust into a world of treachery. The boyars, Russia's powerful nobles, vied for control during his minority, treating the Kremlin as their personal battlefield. Ivan grew up amidst neglect and danger, witnessing the murder of allies and the constant scheming of those meant to protect him. This crucible of instability forged a deep mistrust that would define his rule. By the time he was crowned Tsar at 16 in a lavish ceremony at the Cathedral of the Dormition, Ivan was no longer just a boy. He was a survivor, hardened and resolute. The dawn of a Tsar, reform and triumph. Ivan's early reign sparkled with promise. Advised by a circle of trusted confidants known as the Chosen Council, he introduced sweeping reforms that modernized Russia. He overhauled the legal code with the Sudebnik of 1550, bringing order to a fractured system, and established the Zemsky Sobor, a proto-parliament that gave a voice to the common people. An astonishing move for a medieval ruler. His military campaigns were equally bold. In 1552, Ivan led the conquest of Kazan, toppling a centuries-old Tatar Khanate and opening the Volga region to Russian expansion. The victory was celebrated with the construction of St. Basil's Cathedral, its vibrant onion domes a testament to his ambition and faith. For a time, Ivan was hailed as a unifier, a czar who could drag Russia from feudal chaos into a new era, the descent into darkness. But the light of Ivan's reign dimmed as personal tragedy and paranoia took hold. The death of his beloved wife, Anastasia Romanovna, in 1560 shattered him. Convinced that the boyars had poisoned her, Ivan's trust in his nobles evaporated, replaced by a simmering rage. What followed was the creation of the Oprichnina in 1565, a shadowy regime within a regime. Clad in black robes and riding with dogs' heads mounted on their saddles, the Oprichniki, Ivan's personal enforcers, unleashed a reign of terror. They swept through towns, executing boyars, clergy, and peasants alike, their brutality cloaked as loyalty to the Tsar. The massacre of Novgorod in 1570, where thousands were tortured and drowned in the icy Volkhov River, remains a chilling monument to Ivan's wrath. Was this the act of a madman or a ruler desperate to secure his power? Historians still debate, but the bloodstains endure. Ivan's later years were a tragic spiral, his once sharp intellect frayed into fits of rage and delusion. In a moment of fury in 1581, he struck and killed his own son, Tsarevich Ivan Ivanovich, with a staff, a blow that extinguished his dynasty's future and plunged him into grief. Portraits of Ivan from this time depict a gaunt, hollow-eyed figure, his beard streaked with gray, clutching a scepter as if it could anchor his crumbling world. Yet even in his madness, Ivan remained a devout Orthodox Christian, funding monasteries and penning prayers, a duality that baffles scholars to this day. Was he a monster or a man broken by circumstance? Legacy of the Terrible. When Ivan died on March 28, 1584, reportedly during a chess game, Russia stood at a crossroads. His reign had doubled the nation's territory, laying the groundwork for the Russian Empire. But it also left a fractured state teetering on the edge of the time of troubles. Ivan's moniker, the Terrible, translates from the Russian Grozny, meaning formidable or awe-inspiring, a title that captures both his might and his menace. To some, he was a visionary who forged a nation, to others a tyrant whose cruelty knew no bounds. Ivan IV remains an enigma, a czar whose life reads like a Shakespearean tragedy, full of soaring highs and abysmal lows. His story is a haunting reminder of power's double-edged sword, wielded by a man whose brilliance was as undeniable as his darkness was unfathomable. As the winds of history whisper through Moscow's ancient walls, Ivan's shadow lingers, daring us to judge a ruler who was, in every sense, terribly human.